Okay, hello, once again, welcome back with more Sacer Events Rival Battles number 2 interviews. We got one which I've been looking forward to here. Hello, Drywall. Hello, GameIt. How are both of you doing today?
What's up?
Hey,
I'm Drywall.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm GameIt. I'm doing great.
I'm glad to hear, because both of you are going to be facing off on March 4th in a category which you both recently showed off on the big stage, GSA. You guys have both just come off the back of a Team Chaotix LTS, LTA thing, BTRL, ETR,
True.
anything you want to
Break the
call it.
record level. Break the record live, I think.
Break the record level. Break the level record. Yeah. So how'd that go? How'd you guys find that? I know you both GameIt, I think, did you get a PB, if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, we both PB'd.
And Drywall PB as well. Yeah, so how'd you both find that? I'll ask you, Drywall, first.
It was really fun, actually. I know we weren't there to be like the main headliner or anything, but I thought it was really fun personally, just like hanging out with everybody and competing there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it seemed like a good time.
I didn't actually have a goal going in. Like, I just wanted to play like as best as I could, I guess. And so when I was getting a couple runs that were even on PB pace, I was like, yeah, I'm fine with this. And then I got a PB, and then I'm like, that's good if I didn't lose the minute on that run that I actually got a PB. But
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. I'm glad to hear it was a fun event to watch and be on the sidelines of. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed watching you guys go at it and have fun. It was pretty cool seeing all the rest of the gamers there, like Joey, Aura, Deku, and whatnot. Kind of crazy that the record got lowered by almost 2 minutes, but I mean, hey, there you go. That's what Deku tends to do.
That's the Deku experience.
It's the common Deku experience. But hey, besides that, Team Chaotix is the name of the game, and what we're up against, what we're going up with. I can't speak, it's way too late British time. But what we're going up against each other with on Rival Battles 2 is going to be Team Chaotix. So, talk to me a little bit about. Probably a good thing to just talk about your history of Sonic Heroes in general, because I know for both of you, it's kind of like your main. Well, obviously, Drywall, I know you've dipped into a few other games, but it's kind of seemed like you've always kind of been at home with Sonic Heroes. Would you say that?
I guess I did start out with SA2 a long time ago, and I did keep on SA2 mostly for a long time, but I don't know. I'm out of it. But I picked up Heroes for the first time. Very rare Drywall fact. I think the first category I did was Team Rose LTS. This was back before the tutorial. This was back in like 2019. Nobody was running it. I did like 2 runs and then I was out. And then in like 2020, I came back to Team Sonic Unrestricted, and I've just been all around the place. Now I'm in KX LTS at the moment.
There we go,
yeah, fun fact: Drywall is a Rose runner mainly.
I
I don't know about that one.
Alright, about me,
GameIt?
I'm not sure I would even call myself like a Sonic Heroes main, because like the entirety of 2022 I was playing Katamari Damacy Reroll as my main speed game.
Famous
and then,
Sacer game.
Yeah, and then I dipped into We Love Katamari and got the world record on that and grinded that
For real?
Yeah, and then in October randomly I just started playing a lot of Sonic Heroes, and now we're here, and I'm kind of planning on like after I get a 46 ideally, going back to We Love Katamari and grinding before the remaster of We Love Katamari comes out in June, and ideally trying to get world record on day 1, so yeah.
Well, that would be pretty cool. I didn't know you had that Katamari background. That's a new one for me. So fair play. No, that's pretty cool. And so you kind of just slipped into Sonic Heroes then, but you've slipped in pretty good. You know, it seemed like.
I was just a long-time Joey watcher, like occasionally, because I thought Sonic Heroes looked like a cool game, and then one time I randomly said I should learn this game, and then he was like, "Oh, there's a tournament coming up," and so I just learned the game in like the day after or something.
Yeah, and you kind of stepped in. Where did you end up finishing in Rose LTS? I can't actually remember the standings too well. I think both of you did somewhat decently, didn't you? Or did you?
The Sacer tournament, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I can't tell you either.
I died pretty fast, but not super fast.
Yeah,
Well,
I
there you go.
agree.
I think I started in loser's bracket, but I beat strawberry jam and then died to mutated bacon or something.
I think I started in winner's bracket and then lost, and then I won in losers, and then I lost again.
Do I remember? Oh no, I remember I remember Vintage losing to Pokemon Master. For some reason, I remember either one of you going up against Vintage, but that might be a fake memory that I've constructed. But anyway, so yeah, talk a little bit there about Rose LTS. Interesting, obvious category. For Chaotix, for both of you, I don't know how you would sort of weigh it up among the other categories. I don't think either of you would consider it sort of your main category. But what's it been like for you? So I know GameIt, you've probably dipped into Chaotix a little bit more recently. I don't know how much history you've got with it other than the recent stuff, Drywall, but for both of you, how do you sort of weigh it up against the other categories?
Well, I definitely like Team Sonic the most. Team Sonic Unrestricted in particular is very fun in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, in my opinion, once again, I think Chaotix is like if they made Rose an actually fun category. Like the levels are they're at similar lengths most of the time actually because of how quick you can just find the objectives, but I don't know. Having objectives, it just seems a lot more fun than just go to the end of the level, which is also a minute long, by the way.
Yeah, no, I can kind of get that. It's kind of that funky category. And then GameIt for you, you're sort of, I guess, I don't know if you've dipped into anything other than Rose and Chaotix just yet, have you?
No, I just randomly started playing. What was it? It was I was just playing Katamari and some like Sadex Amy story.
Ooh.
And then Jam had her invitational, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna invite GameIt, see if he wants to do a Rose race." But for some reason, she also scheduled me to do a Chaotix race, and I had never played the category, and so yeah, I just learned the entire category for invitational.
Lured into the Team Chaotix trap by Strawberry Jam.
Yeah, so that was like late January, so that's really recent.
Oh wow, yeah. No, fair play then for getting time you've got. I know you two have been going back and forth a bit with beating each other, bopping each other. Where you are both at now, Drywall, you're on top following the LTS? My memory's going like crazy. I can't remember which one of you finished with the better PB, but I think it was you, Drywall.
I believe it's me. I have a mid 47, a little bit on the lower scale, but still mid.
And so
I think it's a 47-27, and I just have a 48 flat.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Deku who actually recommended you two going up against each other because of the sort of back and forth bopping that you've both been going on with. But sort of the relatively recent development. How would you sort of describe the fun things, the tough things about going up against GameIt, Drywall? What are the things you're anticipating you're going to be having to deal with when you go up against him in this match?
This is a tough one, actually. I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. Not saying that game is bad or anything.
He's not. He can't find anything
it's just like,
about my gameplay.
I haven't analyzed your gameplay too much. It's just that, what is it? Are you consistent, or am I hallucinating? I know I am not consistent at all.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Well, okay, specifically, I wasn't gonna say he was consistent. I'm scared that he won't die because he'll take everything as Charmy and just be as safe as possible about it.
I'm not gonna take everything as Charmy, but I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm probably gonna take the flower in Frog Forest probably.
Yeah, he takes at least compared to me, I think he takes a lot of things as Charmy. And so like I notice when he's running, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's like slow, but like in a race, me falling and dying is a lot slower, of course. So I don't know. It's gonna be like I'm gonna have to like nail my tricks, or maybe I should just also take it as Charmy and be safe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I do have to kind of. I have been trying to phase out some of the playing safe strats, especially now that I actually have practiced the IL some more. So what motivated me for Chaotix? Oops, sorry for going off topic. Oops. Well, I got a little motivated here because GameIt got a sub 50, and I'm like, oh, I need to do that. So then I actually practiced, and then I beat him. Owned.
Yeah, Drywall said that he wanted to be good at the game without practicing, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. I think I'm gonna maintain the lead, but then he practiced. Worst day of my life.
Worst day of your life when Drywall started practicing. And yeah, no, so just in terms of where you both stand at right now with Chaotix, I know you mentioned a little bit there, GameIt, about possibly going back to Katamari or looking down some other avenues in the near future, but with Chaotix right now, are you looking at any further goals? Are you looking to push things further either in the short term or long term?
I was thinking about trying to get around a 45, maybe. I don't know if I could get a 44. I'd have to be balling out to get that, but I think 45 is a pretty good goal for me for right now.
And then for you, GameIt?
Yeah, I think the only goal I have is a 46. And then, like, maybe I could push it further, and, like, I'll see how I feel if I get a 46. Or if I just approach it, if I actually know I can get lower. But, yeah, I'm kind of distracted by, the Katamari game coming out in June. I'm really excited by it, and
That's
so
the weakness. Just
looking to want to
rolling ball.
speedrun that game.
I can't believe GameIt is going over the Seisa Direct with the Katamari. What's the Katamari era community?
I'm sorry.
It'll be a big fun last announcement in the next Seisa Direct just for you, GameIt. I'll see what I can do. I don't know if there's any way I can...
I could join the marathon where they don't play Sonic games. I forget what it's called.
That would be true, actually. That'd be great. Not the same. But yeah, no, that'd be real cool to see. I don't think we had anything Katamari related last year, but I've never actually seen a speedrun of it. But yeah, I'm sure that's an interesting one. And so then, in terms of going into the race, obviously you both have had that experience. You both have played in Drywall. You've played in a lot of tournaments. GameIt. You've obviously got I don't know about outside of Sonic, but with this game in particular, you've got the one tournament under your belt. With races and such, how exactly do you kind of approach them yourself? Do you, when going into it, do you kind of find yourself practicing a lot, or do you kind of just like leave it be? And when you're in there, is it kind of a consistency thing, or are you looking, when it comes to this match in particular, going up against GameIt for you, Drywall, what exactly do you think you need to do to get the win?
So I don't know if I can get the win, to be honest, but I know last time that I was in a tournament, well, the Strawberry Jam Invitational thing, I definitely over-practiced, and I was super self-conscious and made a bunch of mistakes, so I will try to do that less this time, and try to play a little safer, I think, is what might help me.
Okay. And then GameIt.
Yeah. For me, like, you know, I've done, like, at this point, I feel like a lot of events. I guess maybe it's not a lot to a lot of people, but I just try to, like, just make sure I have no distractions, make sure I'm just only hearing the game audio, and I'm just, like, focused. And it doesn't really go that well. I usually really underperform in races and tournaments and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I guess I just gotta prepare for as best as I can, you know?
Yeah, well, we'll see. And obviously going up against Drywall, I'll ask you the same question. What sort of performance, what kind of time do you think you need to come away with to get the win? If you were to sort of put a benchmark down for yourself and say, okay, this time I'm happy with.
For the tournament specifically? Well, the rival battles?
For this race, yeah.
Well, as of now, I'd say 47.59, but... maybe not that specific. I do think I might have to put out a 47 to beat GameIt here, and even then, maybe he'll get a 47 too.
That's the cool thing. It's going to be a close one for sure. And then I guess sort of same question to you, GameIt. Then, what kind of time would you have to lay down as a benchmark? What are you aiming for here?
Like, what I'm aiming for like what I'll be happy with is, I'm gonna say anything like lower than like a 49.30. Although I'm gonna practice a lot, so I think my standards are gonna get higher.
Interesting.
In order to beat Drywall, I think if I get a 47, maybe that beats Drywall.
Yeah, so both of us
on
have to get a
average.
47 to win.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think
Set the
so.
standards.
That's
Let's see
about
what
right.
happens. Well, there you go. That sounds pretty good to me. I'd like to see that one. But, yeah, I guess another thing to ask then, mentioning about sort of being in that sort of range of similar BPs, but perhaps maybe spoke a little bit about it earlier, the safety aspect and the differences in approach. When it comes to your game, I'll ask you first, Drywall. When it comes to your approach to the game, when it comes to things you may do differently to GameIt, what do you feel are those things? What do you feel may give you an edge? What things do you feel like you could do a little bit better that are going to push you ahead in this race?
One thing I can particularly say is Grand Metro. That's about the only stage I know I'm definitely better than GameIt at, unfortunately. We're actually pretty even for most stages, though, I believe. I know that, unfortunately, Grand Metro is an RNG stage, so there is some issues that could occur there, but... Oh yeah, I guess this isn't the question, oops, but my weaknesses are definitely the robot fights, so GameIt's probably got that over me.
We'll see, and then GameIt, you taking that? Are you thinking that you've got the advantage there in those places? Or anything just that you kind of feel good with in particular in the run?
I think, like, kind of a separate kind of thought I have is that I just think Drywall is better at, like, the longer stages. Like, I just grind those long stages, and I just, like, never get better at them. And so, but, like, Drywall just has better times on all of them, so I'm just like, I don't know, but, it's hard to exactly say what the issue is. Maybe I'm just not going, like, granular enough and, like, doing each specific part as good as I can or whatever, but, yeah, I need to practice my shuriken throws, because I just am always dying on those recently, so,
yeah,
as long as I don't do that.
I think I saw Drywall break out a pretty nice looking one in it was either Rail Canyon or Bullet Station. Obviously, I didn't know anything about Team Chaotic speedruns until the other day, and yet they put me on GSA commentary, so that was pretty cool. But I saw you do one thing in Rail Canyon, I think, with an SBO skip across like one of the windy things. That was cool. I thought that was neat. I hope to see that again.
Yeah.
But yeah. And
it's very easy to do out of a ground Excel. It's just not easy to do out of a rocket Excel. I am HO.
The what?
Nothing.
What does that mean?
Okay.
That's IMHO is in my humble opinion. I don't know why I said H.
I thought you said like you were HO. I was like, that's. I mean,
you're a hoe, bro.
I don't know. I mean, like, okay.
I didn't say that at least.
I was a bit just confused. I was thinking, what? Strange thing to say, but hey, I won't judge. You know, not at all. But anyway. There you go. Good answers from both of you there. I like that. Obviously with Team Chaotix here, I know, both of you are kind of up there, certainly, as good runners, but I know maybe necessarily you wouldn't sort of put yourself in that parameter of maybe like Joey, Deku, or whatnot. But obviously, rival battles here, we got the whole title bout system going on. We got that looking forward to. Is there any category out there that you feel probably would be your strong suit, and that you feel like maybe you would have aspirations at sort of pushing up towards the top level, trying to take people on in? Is there any other category, whether it's in Heroes, Adventure 2, any other game whatsoever?
Definitely Lava Shelter, no CCG.
Yeah, Seafood's been saying that one lately. Seafood's saying, yeah, just get Deku and Drywall to fight it out in Lava Shelter. And I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be the best viewing, but I mean, hey, now's the chance to
It'll be a great view
it.
for like 2 minutes and then... Good race.
I mean, we've got a supersonic race, so...
Not much different than Amy's story, to be honest.
I don't think I specialize at any real category. I'm really good at a couple Shadow ILs for no apparent reason, but that's about it.
Oh, there we go.
Now, GameIt on the Katamari tournament on Sacer, though?
Yeah, I don't know if I could, like... So I came from Rose LTS, but, like, I know I could improve that time a lot now, because I just became so much better after, like, when I was playing Rose LTS, I'd only played for like 2 months, and now I've played the game for like 4 months. So, yeah, I have a lot more familiarity with the game. I can like just watch people's streams and like actually remember what strats they're doing now. Like, cause like when you're new to the game, everything you're watching is just kind of like a blurry mess. Like you don't remember what movement they're doing in each section or whatever.
Yeah, I can testify to that. I have no idea what any of you are doing most of the time. But yeah, no, it looks cool.
Yeah, the only other Sonic game I played is Amy's Story, and then Hunting for Wild Canyon. That was really fun. I was really bad at it, but that's why it was so fun. Is because I didn't know any movement tech. I just remembered where the pieces were, and it was fun.
Yeah, Hunting is weird like that. It's you gotta have a specific taste to get like deep into hunting. I don't know, Drywall can probably tell you that firsthand as well. Hunting is kind of wacky when you get too deep.
Yeah, I used to be decently deep in hunting. I kind of fell off of it though, unfortunately. I did have a pretty good time in Security Hall X25 and nothing else.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get the Cryptic Drywall Security Hall 25 match.
Oh no, I got the boomer strats. It's over for me.
Get Cryptic and Deku. That's the Deku stage, man.
That'd be interesting.
It was my stage before Deku was even born, brother.
Is it the Deku stage? I feel like Death Chamber is the Deku stage.
That's the Deku stage from the perspective of someone who just started watching Deku like 3 months ago, and he was grinding Security Hall like 5 streams in a row.
That does seem like a Deku stage. That does fit the bill. But there we go. And so yeah, just generally then, maybe not necessarily at that top level, to ask about any other categories just out there generally, and maybe matchups for yourself. Anybody out there who you would like to see as an opponent for yourself in a different category, or the same category here, but anybody who you'd like to go up against out there. I'll ask GameIt first.
I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say Amy's Story, but you already got Amy's Story, so like, right? You do, I think. Unless I'm
yeah. But is there anybody who you would like to face off against in particular, just out there in any sort of category?
I think the only like person I considered like I felt like I ever had like a quote unquote rivalry with was Vintage, but also you already have Vintage, and it would be the same category. It'd be Rose LTS. So
well, Vintage seems to have a lot of rivals. People are saying about KPL versus Vintage apparently should be the next one on the chopping block. So everybody seems to want a piece of Vintage. I
think it's just because like people speedrun Sonic Heroes, and then Vintage goes into your chat and he's like, "I bopped you. Are you mad?" And then you're like, "Oh, I don't know. Should I be?" It sounds like I should be.
There you go. Rival battles will soon become the Vintage show. That'll be pretty fun. And then Drywall, what about you? Obviously, you've got a few more categories under your belt. Anybody who you'd like to face off against?
Unfortunately, for my main category, Sonic Unrestricted, right now there is nobody near me at all who is active. There's people who are like 5 minutes below me. There's people 5 minutes above me. It's sad.
Gotta be the Drywall Aura race.
Yeah, that's going well.
I was gonna say, it's not the most even matchup, no disrespect, but... Yeah, that would be an interesting one.
I would say, for Rose LTS, there are like 10 other people I could fight, though, since there's so many people in the same time range. Drywall GameIt for Rose LTS could happen as well.
The rivalry, though, like the actual rivalry would Drywall versus Jam.
True.
Is Jam, where is Jam in relation to you in Rose LTS? Are you on similar playing fields there? Or?
I believe he's like 30 seconds below me right now. Well, worse than me. I guess that's not a nice word to use. I can't think of the word.
Yeah, it's makes
behind?
Sense.
Is it?
30 seconds slower.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
the one. Well, there you go. No, that would be an interesting one. Seeing Jam get on here. I know Jam's dipping into all sorts of things at the moment, but yeah, no, that'd be cool. Maybe. There seems to be like, I don't know what it is about Rose LTS, but I just can't seem to escape it everywhere I go.
It's
We've had it
sad,
on 2 out of 2
actually.
at this moment.
Yeah, so unfortunate in reality.
So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, you know, speaking of the other match there, Vintage versus Bacon, Rose LTS, we have got a lot of other matches on the card. We got seven matches in total, including this one. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Anything that you're going to tune in for in particular? I'll ask you, Drywall.
Well, first of all, I don't remember all of them, so that's a little sad.
I can go through them if you want, or you can get them
please.
Okay, Drum Hedera. We got Reverie versus Stelmo in Project 06. We got...
Oh, I remember. Emerald versus Dawn. That's the one. That's gotta be the one.
That'll be a good one, for sure. There's Spacebar Pasta and Amy. There's Refrag Yoshi Puff in the Supersonic Story. And there's Vintage Bacon in... what's it called? Rose LTS.
The other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have much stake in SATX or Project 06, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Dawn and Emerald. I know they're very close friends, so I think it would be very cool to watch.
Who's your money on?
Dawn, probably. I think. It's pretty close, though.
We'll see, and then you GameIt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch the Rose LTS one with Vintage and Bacon. And then I also I just want to watch the Amy Story one because both of those runs I ran. Fun fact, I have sub 11 in Amy Story, man. It feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
Feels good. You know, second against third, so doesn't get much better than that. I can't think of anything better than
when I was running Amy Story, like for maybe a full month, like no one was running Amy Story with me. So I was like, there's no content to watch, man.
All alone forever.
Yeah, there's 5 or 6 really, really good Amy Story runners. None of them play the category very often. At least not on stream that I've seen. But yeah, no, they're out there. They just one day you'll wake up and there'll be some Amy Story PB. It's pretty cool, but also pretty funky.
Never live, unlucky.
And there we go. But yeah, obviously speaking more about that, in terms of not just stuff on this card then, so in terms of just, let's get into hypothetical stuff right now. If you could pick any matchup, let's say any runner, any category, anything at all, obviously say so, we can't just pick Katamari GameIt, I'm sorry. What are we thinking? What's your dream matchup that you would love to see on here? GameIt. Go first.
My dream matchup would be Deku, Trill, Sonic Unrestricted.
Oh, that's facts, actually. That's facts. I was gonna say, I thought that Joey versus Mikey was pretty good. But
yeah, that's also pretty good for any category.
Yeah, Trell versus Deku, or Deku versus Aura, Trell versus Aura, any of them going at it, that would be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I just don't know if Trell is interested in that kind of thing. But he did get, Sonic world record recently and just didn't even post on speedrun.com.
Wait, really? For real?
Yeah.
He's intending to get a sub 40. That's pretty crazy. World record right now is a 43, I believe.
I think that was a joke.
I got I know the Dark
World
record went to him recently. Am I right in saying that?
No. Dark World record is still Revo.
Oh, I must be thinking of something completely different then. But yeah, no, that's... Wow. I didn't even know about that. So, yeah, no, that would be the one.
There wasn't even that much of, I don't know, I just feel like it should have been more hype than it was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what the hell, man?
Team Sonic Unrestricted as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's not a very
well-run
category. It's a cool-ass category. I wish more people ran it, but it doesn't get too much attention. Everybody's always about chaotics, Rose LTS these days.
I mean, it's the first category you see when you load up the Sonic Heroes page, so it's gotta be a big category, right? You know?
True.
That's how it works. Well, there you go. Wow, yeah, no. Trial against, did you say Deku or Aura, sorry?
I said Deku.
Trial against Deku, that would definitely be one to watch. That's like main event material, surely. But yeah, no, that would absolutely be hype. And any other ones out there, just in case? Why not? We got some time before we have to sign off. So if you've got any other dream matchups, throw them out.
Oh,
I don't know much about Sonic.
Yeah, I don't think we got any more right now. I'm a very simple-minded man.
No SA2 matchups, no SADX matchups, no nothing. Okay. Well, there we go. Thank you. But no.
Maybe Broby versus Wither on the Dreamcast Sonic story.
Oh yeah.
But only because I know those guys and I watch their streams.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Yeah,
I don't know if it's like a good matchup because I don't know anything about Sonic Story Dreamcast. Sorry.
Yeah, and I know Wither's kind of pushed it pretty far in recent times, so I don't know. I think Broby's kind of been more on SADX side of things with anything Sonic Story. But yeah, that would be an interesting one. At least to see Wither up against somebody. That would be very interesting because Dreamcast is looking pretty funky these days. But yeah, no, I think we're all said and done there. I think we've probably just about covered everything going into it. And so, yeah, thank you for hopping on, gamers. It's been a pleasure having you both. And do you have any final words to say to each other? Do you have anything to say to GameIt before we sign off and look forward to March 4th, Drywall? Any final message?
I'm gonna get killed by GameIt. Awesome.
And then GameIt, anything for you?
My final words is that I'm gonna make content tonight.
Yes!
That's pretty good. Love to see it. Shout out to the GameIt content. Shout out to Drywall getting killed. Pretty good moments.
Yes!
But yeah, we'll sign off there. Thank you once again, gamers, for hopping on. Appreciate it, and looking forward to March 4th. My pleasure. And yeah, so we'll sign off there, unless you guys have anything left to say at all. Now's the chance to say it.
Forever.
Goodbye forever. Alright, gamers. We'll see you on March 4th. See you there. Look forward to hopefully more interviews coming soon. And yeah, take care. See you around. Bye-bye.